not gonna lie guys, buying a hoist was one of actually the best decisions I've ever made in my life. It is just so damn good.
Wow, so much room for activity.
Yeah, buddy. Where do we even start?
I reckon we'll start by undoing the straps.
Yep, that sounds like a good Let's go. It is a beautiful morning. Majestically, the beam is sitting there, and my rack. It's gonna slide down the side of the shed so I can store some metal. Better. And today's job, pretty much I built this beautiful mezzanine when we first moved in, not ever thinking that I'd ever fit a car hoist in here. So today we're going to be chopping out a big square, re-bracing this, and run a brace here and a brace here, which will allow me to fit 2 cars in here. I'll be able to store one on the hoist, and I'll be able to put the car in front or backwards. Let's do it. Now that the roof's all chopped out and I can lift my car all the way up, yes, and along with all this, in the background I was kind of building a steel rack, which I have now fitted in. Everything is done, and I can finally get to enjoy my bloody hoist, which I haven't even got to work on a car yet because I've been that busy. I've had this thing installed probably nearly 3 or 4 weeks now, and it's just been looking at me, and I've really wanted to use it because I don't know, it's a pretty big thing from being able to go from working on the ground to up in the air. So this hoist in particular is actually purchased from a company in Australia called Hap Automotive. They're up in Queensland, and it is freaking ripper. Originally, when I thought about getting a hoist, I was gonna put one outside and then build a bit of a shelter, but then I kind of wanted to I enjoyed working inside the shed too much, and it's nice being outside of the environment. It's nice being in a sealed, wind-free room. So I got thinking, I was like, you know what, I might see what's on the market and try look up a removable style hoist that will suit my extremely low pitch of roof height, which I think I've only got 3 meters of height to the pitch there, or about 3,200. So my lift height was restricted anyways. I'm not going to get patrols up on this thing. So I took that into account and I started looking around, and these guys were the only company that build and kind of sell this type of unit. The best part about it is it's removable. So I've just got these quick connection lines onto a pump that rolls away, and all I have to do is unclip the pump, fold the lines up, and if you wanted to, you can actually undo these bolts, because I use locks and bolts which leave a thread in the ground, and you can actually grab the post and remove it, or you can grab it and put it back and bolt it on whenever you want to use it. Now, that was my original intention. I thought that being such a small shed that I'd be constantly moving them out of the way to do stuff on cars, but to be honest, when I removed the arms off both sides and tuck them under the fridge there, it honestly isn't really too noticeable. So I decided to kind of make mine a more permanent accessory to the shed. I ended up doing this by adding some bars up top. Now, these are not required at all. It is purely my way of making my own safety, because I installed this thing myself. So there's no cover for if it squashes me, which it never would. But what you can do, and the reason that I did do that, is because my concrete was about 130 mil thick. It was really good concrete, though hard to drill, but it was still a little bit below the recommended, but you can still do it. You can still install it on that size pad. But what Hap actually sell as well, which I'll show a little photo of, is you can get extended base plates that actually bolt onto the hoist feet. So I didn't have time to do that. I was all excited. I ripped it out of the box and I'm like, I want this thing in the ground. So being a fabricator by trade, that was my idea. Does the same thing. It braces them. They lean against it when it's in use and creates extra strength. But if you think about it more thoroughly than what I did, yeah, you can buy the base plates, which means if you've got concrete that's thinner, or in an older style shed where the concrete's not as strong, you can still set something up like this in your shed as well, which is pretty damn cool. Yeah, so I'll probably talk a little bit more about this thing as I work on it and enjoy it, because I haven't done that yet. But I'm pretty stoked because I can get my XF to a height that I can walk under it. This thing actually lifts to 1750 mil tall, so 1.75 meters. And you do have the option of about 6 to 8 inches of spaces. I can't remember the actual measurement. So you can get it to about I think it was like 1950 of lift or something like that. An extra 200 mil if you really wanted to, which for me would not work because I will squash my car on the roof. So what this does for me right now works absolutely awesome. I'm really wrapped with this thing. It is just an absolute awesome accessory in the shed, and I've dreamed about having one of these since I was pretty young. And you've seen, I remember watching all them videos of guys with just wicked ass workshops, and it's weird that I now stand here and I'm in my own workshop. It doesn't feel real. But yeah, I got to kind of thank Hap Automotive, because they were probably one of the best companies I've dealt with in a long time. I buy a lot of shit, if you can't tell. I'm constantly dealing with people and stuff that I buy, and I think the hardest thing to find in business now is people that actually care about having a good representation of their business. And I found that with Hap, they were able to keep me informed of what was going on. Damn! Two cars just chilling. I just want to remind you guys that this isn't a massive shed either. This is only 6 meters along this way and 7.5 meters to the back wall. It's a pretty small shed, and it's about what you can do with it and the stuff you can modify to make fit, and thinking about. Alright, well, I'm gonna go for a cruise, get some parts, try and make an edit at some point in this week. But thank you, Hap Automotive, for making my shed absolutely ripper. Cheers.